Hey there everyone, welcome back to GameVine, and my name is Dave, and put your hands up because we are reviewing Meeple Land. Let's do it. And as a disclaimer, this is a review copy from, guess who, Outset Media Games. Now thank you so very much for your support and your ongoing support here. They are our friends up in the north, and they distribute games that are made by Blue Orange and a lot of other different companies up there in Canada, but they also make some fantastic games that we get here down in the States and all over the world. Now, today we are exclusively going to be taking our tour bus over to Meeple Land and making our own fantastic theme park. Now, if you played like the Roller Coaster Tycoon when you were a kid, or nowadays, well, you might want to come and check this one out. But we'll go ahead and check out the production, tell you how to play, and then we'll tell you if this is one you want to check out. Let's go. Okay, so this is what comes in the box of Meeple Land, and it's pretty good. Overall, this is a solid production. Let's point out a few key things that I like, and I'm not a huge fan. Some of the things that I like is the buildings here are, the art is really nice, and they vary up the rides, and I like how the frames are in the back, and that's very kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon. And you have this entrance. It's made up of these two little chess pieces and a sign. It's okay. Sometimes, yeah, it kind of just goes away like that. And these are the player boards. They're a bit thinner than what I would like. That's one of the things I'm not a huge fan. But all the cardboard pieces that like have the rides and stuff on them are really nice. And there are a scoring pad here for everyone. This is way more important than I thought any kind of scoring pad would be. It's such a good reminder. So huge thumbs up on this. I would like this kind of thing done for any kind of management of property kind of game, so you can X things out. It's kind of like an achievement list right here. So this is really cool. I like it. Now the cool thing about these meeples are they're pretty tiny. So this is a regular size meeple. These are the meeples that come in the game. It's pretty small, and that's not a bad thing. They're kind of cool. They need to be small because they fit on the rides here, and multiple ones do, but they come in 4 different colors. All the colors are great, even yellow. I'm not going to give yellow too much grief, but let's move on here. So then we have the buses here. They are flipped 2 different arts on each side, and the coins are okay, and that's pretty much all you get there. So let me show you how to actually play with this stuff. Right, Miko? Let's go. Okay, so this is the game set up for 2 players. Miko's needs to be here for some reason, but you're going to put 1 of these buses per player plus 1. For every time somebody passes at the end of the round, they're going to draft 1 of these buses. So in this case, we're set up for a 2-player game. But essentially, what you're doing here is you're trying to buy rides of different sizes and stands here in order to make these meeples happy in your theme park. And from round to round, you're going to use the money that you get to do such. Sometimes you can buy even some of the advertisements to get some of the meeples to come to your theme park. Now every round it is going to start with a donation of sorts. The first round is going to give you 15, the second round 10 and 5, and it happens over 4 different rounds. And again, everyone will take turns buying these tiles and or getting advertisements until everyone has passed, and some people will take multiple turns if they got money to do so. But let's say we're going to go ahead and buy this guy right here. We have 1 entrance, as you can see right here. And we have to make sure that the rides stay on the grid perfectly, so it can't be like all cattywampus. And as well, we always have to match up our paths. So in this case, we're going to go right here, and let's say we buy this one right here. So we would have to continue this road. Now, as long as we do that, we can put the that path down, and as long as there's one road that's continuous through our theme park so the Meeples can walk around, that's fine. Now, there sometimes will be this action where there's a road that goes nowhere, or the path. That's okay as long as there's one path that has access, but this will lose your 2 points at the end of the game, so you don't want to keep doing this. There are different size shapes of the rides here, and you can place them down, and there of course are these little snack and gift shops and even little bathrooms. Now, as you can see, the Meeples here are which Meeples can ride the ride. So we got pinks here, and then you have these icons. Now, when you have those icons, you cannot put the color Meeple down unless you have the right stand servicing this ride, and it has to be right onto it. So if it goes all the way down here, even though the path is connected, it doesn't work. It has to be servicing this tile, and if you do that, then you can put 2 more pink ones on here. And that's good because you'll get $1 at the end of each round for each Meeple, plus 1 if you have a dollar sign. So if we had all 3 of these here, we would get 1, 2, 3 for $5 just for having these pink Meeples in our theme park. Now, sometimes you might go to a point where you can't build a road and you don't have an entrance, because you always got to build off your entrance. You can't just build off anywhere. Well, you can take a second entrance and put it anywhere on the map that you want, and you can start from there instead, following the path rules just like before. Now, let's say you don't want to buy any rides. You can flip over the stand tokens here and buy an advertisement for $2 and take the 2 color Meeples and put them at the front of your town here. Well, not town, sorry, your theme park, and these can be prepped to go on a ride later on. Now, if they stay here though, any leftover Meeples that are not on a ride or in a stand or something like that will cost you points, so you want to remember that. Now, there are different stands that have random wild colors here. So this is the fountain. It will take a Meeple of any color and put it right there for you, but you know, it does cost a little bit more. And some stands do have double fun on them, so you got gift and a burger shop right here, so you want to keep that in mind. You want to try to keep those stands servicing those Meeples and those rides to get those bonus points. Now, after I've bought all those, then I'll say pass, and I'll get to choose any one of these bus cards and take the Meeples and put them at the entrance of my theme park. And then the next person that passes will pick whichever one they want, and then there will be one left over always, and you'll recoup the buses after that. That will spark the end of that round, and then you will get your donation or your grant, and you'll continue doing just what I showed you. Oh, I almost forgot, you can buy one of these expansions too and put it anywhere you want. And again, I'm pretty sure it is $6 that you have to pay to expand your park, but you can expand it and put any amount of rides and stands that are applicable to the rules. At the end of the game, you do some scoring, which we have here on the path. The more unique rides you have, the more points you're going to get. So I love how you can just cross these off. And with the Meeples down here, you'll get 1 point per green Meeple and blue Meeple, and 2 points per pink and yellow Meeple. And the reverse is the same if you have them at the entrance here and they are not on a ride. So -1 point for blue and green, -2 points for pink and yellow. Now remember when I said pass that into nowhere? Well, they're going to give you negative points too. You add up all those things right there, and whoever has the most points has the best theme park. Okay, so that's how you play this game. Let me tell you what I think. Let's go. Okay, so that is Meeple Land, and what does this get as a score? It gets a 65 from me. It's one of those games, if you want to play, I'll play it with you, but I'm not necessarily recommending this too much. It was fun. I liked it, and I love Roller Coaster Tycoon. When I was a kid, I was big into making rides, and I spent so many hours on that game. So going into any kind of theme park board game, which I love the theme and it cannot be used enough, it always has a little bit of expectation, hyperbole, or excitement for me. And when I play games like Steam Park that have 3D pieces, this one feels flat. The art is really nice, and the concept of the game flows really easy. Though, again, it just feels a little bit 2D, and it's got a lot of take that aspect. I do think this is a great two-player game. If you're going to play it at any player count, that's where it shines the most in my opinion. 3 and up, that's when it becomes a little bit more chaotic, and you might not be getting the buses as much as you want. Now, and or the rides when they come out, because you might be the 4th person and you want this specific ride to like tick off your achievement list, which I really like. Games take note of that. Make a whole bunch of lists. I don't care if it's just to kind of check off things that you need to do. If you have multiple things to check off in a game, I would say more than like 6, these little lists are cool. So when you're trying to check off these lists and people are taking them, it can get on your nerves. It can grind your gears, per se, and that's what kind of holds it back from me. But again, it's not that it's a bad game. Everything works. It's just there are other games out there that kind of do this theme better. And Meeple Land, I'm not sure how wide the term Meeple is outside of our board game community, but if somebody new were to come past this, they might seem interested, but they might have more questions than getting answers and picking this up and buying it. Though the cover's cool, just an interesting decision to go with Meeple Land. Though this package overall is okay. If you're into it and you like it and you're still around at this point in the video, if this is something for you. There is going to be a link down below where you can pick it up. Again, it's not too bad, just not one that I'm going to be running out the door to buy. Though I didn't buy it because it was sent to me by Outset Games. Thank you again so much for your support. You are fantastic, and I love reviewing everything that you have a hand in. And if you haven't played Korko or 16th Samurai, well, you should get on that. Those games are pretty cool. So, Vine Nation, if you haven't already, please click like and subscribe. We have made it past the 10,000 mark, so next we're going to 15,000. Would be fantastic. So, until the next time that I see you, have a great rest of your day and a great time with all your play. My name is Dave, and you're heard here on the Game Vine. I'm out. Bye. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance as a dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.